Back to dignity, that's the call of the day. Where purpose hits different and hope finds its way. Investing in people and helping folks win at life. Turning struggle into power, turning pressure into light.
She didn't talk all that much and this, but as you get to know her, she'll start talking and start doing this. And like I said, especially if like you're in like an authority, like a teacher position or a therapist, if she knows that you don't know what she can do, and she's gonna see what she can get away with. So that's why it's important for people to be around her enough to see, just like at home, what she can actually do. Like at school, they didn't know she could talk.
It runs in the family.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but.
Okay, I do have a question. Growing up with somebody that is like special needs and has a disability.
Rockstar Energy.
So growing up with your sister and everything, how was that for you? Because it's a little different than growing up with like my brother or sister. You have to do things a little different. You're helping her out a lot more than I would like help my little brother. So how would you like say growing up was for you?
I mean, you definitely have to mature faster because it's a team effort. You know what I mean? All around, you can't just be expecting everybody to be focused on you all the time. So you kind of figure out how to navigate through a lot of things yourself so that everybody can keep their full attention on her. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's a team effort. Yeah, like we all kind of take our turns throughout the day. You know what I mean? In the morning or through the day, I'll play ball with her. I'll do those type of things to keep her occupied. And then, my dad would do this. And then my mom puts her to sleep. Like, my mom sleeps with her at night because it's one of her sensory things. She has to be patted the whole time while she's going to sleep. And she knows if you're not patting her. Like, she'll wake up out of the sleep, all that. So, yeah, you just got to learn how to kind of play your role and know that, you just can't be thinking that everybody's going to be focused on you all the time. So, I mean, maybe mature a little faster, but I was so young when she was born that it was never really, like, I don't remember her not being around.
You hearing the news, like, how she was and everything, and hearing what the doctors were saying and all that, how did you, like, feel like, what do you remember, like, was
you
going
talk about
through
at the
your
time?
head? Yeah, at the time.
Well, my mom was pregnant, but I wasn't even really thinking about her at the time. I thought, because, you're a kid, you think your parents were dead. Like, so you see them taking off in a stretcher and all this. And actually, the people left me at the place. So somebody else came in. I don't remember who. I guess I was just on the corner for a minute. And then I got up to the hospital, and my grandma came, whatever, all this. But, yeah, I wasn't even really thinking about that because you're like 4 or 5 years. They're not giving you information like that. And I'm not looking at like, oh, my mom's pregnant, because you know what I mean? I'm just looking like, oh, are they okay, da-da-da. And then, when they told me to hold her, like they didn't tell me, but my mom told me, yeah, hold her because they're going to bag her. Obviously, it's a lot of things you're thinking of, but I was so young that it wasn't really, you don't really understand the situation like that. And I hadn't met her yet or none of that, so it wasn't really like an attachment in my brain.
Like you didn't really know how to like even feel about it. You didn't know the emotion.
And it was a lot going on because like we were just on the way somewhere. Somebody ran a red light. I should say his name. Somebody ran a red light and hit us. And yeah, they all ran to my dad's side, went to open the door, and he was like, she's pregnant. And it was like flies. They all moved around to the other side of the car and pulled my mom out. But yeah, other than Maddie, there wasn't really a lot of serious injuries. My mom's knee was real messed up. Somehow I was completely fine. My dad had some on his head, but yeah, I don't know. I was completely fine.
How many siblings do you have?
I have one. She's my only sibling. That we know of.
Okay, so with her being your only sibling, right? With you having one sibling, a younger sibling who has a TBI, certain disabilities. When you watch movies, TV shows and things of that nature, when you think of how a regular functioning family with siblings, their childhood is, and you look at yours, do you feel like you were missing anything? Do you feel like there's some things you didn't have, or and vice versa for her as well? Do you feel like there's some things that you guys are missing out on?
Probably when I was younger, yeah, I did feel that way. Like, you looking at it like, oh, I wish I had da 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 da. But I mean, it is how it is, and I wouldn't change her if I had the option to. You know what I mean? And like, I'm real close to my cousins. I got friends that I consider brothers, so I really don't feel like at this point I've missed out on anything. I feel like you gotta take life how it comes. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, if I had the option to take away her disability, I don't know if I'd do it because she's already such a great, cheerful person. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be her.
Right. You know how life is. Life gets down. She's never down. Like she'll get angry. She may flip out, but she's never gonna be sad or this or this. You know what I mean? You come home, she happy. So, yeah, I don't think I'd change it for the world, and I really don't think, looking back at it now, even if I may have felt that way then, that I missed out on anything.
Besides,
Hold on. With that being said, I think it's important you said that because now I'm thinking, if you were in her shoes, right? If the roles were reversed, how would you feel? Would you feel like, what if, or maybe I would like to be normal, or would you feel like how you said, you wouldn't want to change a thing because of it is what it is?
I feel like it's hard for me to answer that question fully because I've lived however many years in my, you know what I mean, in my body, being able to do what I can do. I feel like for her, like, she doesn't have the, like, it's not, that's what I said, like, it's not like somebody gets this injury later in life. Right. So that's all she knows. So I don't think she really looks at it like, oh, I wish I could do this. I think that's why she's so good at creating, like, ways to come around things and still be able to do it. Right. It's because she looks at it more like, what can I do, rather than what can I not do.
Interesting.
And on the topic of, like, how I would feel, I probably wouldn't take it as good as she does. It'd probably be harder for me. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can fully grasp the scope of how I would feel being in her position, because I'm not, you know what I mean?
What were you about to say?
Before you interrupted.
So rudely.
I was just going to ask, besides Maddie, who else do you know, like, in the family or friends and stuff that is, like, special needs or has a disability?
Not direct family, but my girlfriend's father is, I'm not going to say too much about it because I've only known him the last couple of years, but he's quadriplegic, I believe. So he, you know what I mean, I'm over there a lot, talk with him, and he seems, like I say, he seems to take it very well. He's actually more like what Juan was talking about before. He was perfectly fine until he was, I think it was 18, in which he was shot in the back, and so he lost all that. But he's one of them cases, kind of like Maddie, where it's like the doctors tell you the worst, and a lot better comes out of it. You know what I mean? Because as much as it'd be hard to have those disabilities, it's obviously better than the alternative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, now we have somebody on the opposite side. Do you think that his opinion on, you know what I'm saying, his disability is different than Maddie's?
Very much so, yeah. For one, with Maddie not having seen, Maddie never just like would get out of bed and walk, so she doesn't miss those things. You know what I mean? She doesn't think about those. For him, I haven't known him that long, and I don't obviously know him as personally as I know Maddie, but there has to be some type of that there.
Yeah, I would feel like if he could, obviously, like, he would want to go back because he's experienced both.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like anybody would want to obviously not have that struggle. So. But
it also does seem to have, just from talking to him about himself now in his past, he's doing very well. He goes all around the world. He's like a public speaker. So, you know what I mean? He's speaking with presidents and at things like that. So it'd really be more, I'd have to ask him. Obviously, he probably misses a lot of being able to do the physical things, but in his mindset changing is probably where it helped him, because, you know, with how he got his injury, being shot, that type of lifestyle, it obviously took him out of that type of lifestyle and allowed him to still live. So, yeah, I think a lot of the times it's like with his situation, it's like I said, it's better than the alternative. Right. So as much as it may be hard, especially probably harder for him because he has nothing's wrong with his brain. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Maddie has a brain injury, he is fully aware. He's not, like, if you just talk to him on the phone, you wouldn't know he was disabled.
Right.
So, like, with him, it actually gives me a lot of hope for Maddie, just because I see how, like, he drives. You know what I mean? He has something in his car because he can't open his hands, but like he can move his arms a little bit. But yeah, he drives. He puts his hands on these things.
Wait, so it's not just like his legs that are like
no, it's
affected by it?
it's basically like the shoulders down, because he got shot in the spine. So he from what I've been told by my girlfriend, he wasn't, like, the doctors basically saying with me, they said he wasn't gonna make it. Mm-hmm. He did, and it's really a good thing to see. Like I said, he can drive. He has something that he can pull the brake, pull the gas, and like it gives me a lot of good thoughts on what Maddie could do, and just because it's like with him, you don't really have to do much for him. I'm not inside the household, so I don't see the ins and outs of it. But just by being around him here and there, you can see that obviously it's going to prohibit you because you can't use from here down. But you would think it doesn't prohibit him in the way that you would think. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still able to do this, do that. Like driving, that's a big thing for somebody to be able to do. So, yeah, that's, like you said, that's the other end of whether having a disability already or getting it. I think eventually you should be able to reroute yourself into, depending on what your disability is, doing certain things, depending on how bad.
Back to dignity, that's the call of the day. Where purpose hits different and hope finds its way. Investing in people and helping folks win at life. Turning struggle into power, turning pressure into light. Pull back the curtain, let the real ones speak. Truth in the stories that we drop each week. From the front line hustle to the heart chat. The backstage podcast is where it's at. When the world gets heavy, come and take your seat. Where the mission is strong and the message is deep. Back to dignity. We're on that path, so step in the circle where the truth feels right. Where the grit meets the grace and the dark finds the light. If you're seeking direction, we can help with that. Yeah, the backstage movement keeps you coming back. Pull back the curtain, let the real ones speak.
Pull back the curtain, let the real ones speak. Truth in the stories that we drop each week. From the front line hustle to the heart chat. The backstage podcast is where it's at. So take me back to dignity, where we rise up strong and we walk with peace. If you're looking for the soul of the scene, just tap the backstage podcast. Yeah.